Americans are consuming record numbers of calories, anywhere from 140 to 200 more calories a day than we did 25 years ago, and we're hungrier than ever, and that is really scary to think about. We're eating more than ever, yet we're hungrier than ever. So I have some really simple science-based strategies that I know will help you rein in your appetite. And the first one is eat as many, I call them big yet skinny foods as possible. And those would be none other than fruits and vegetables. What makes them so amazing for appetite control is they have a lot of bulk because they have so much water and so much fiber. And bulk fills you up, yet it has, bulk, at least from water and fiber, fills you up, yet it has no calories. The more you eat of them, the skinnier you will be. We do like to eat a lot, so constantly think of ways to bulk up your meals by bringing in fruits and vegetables. The second thing is eat slowly. Guess what? This is kind of a no-brainer. The faster you eat, usually the more you eat. The reason is simple. It takes 20 minutes. Once food hits your GI tract, specifically your stomach, it takes 20 minutes for the little wonderful satiety signals that are released at that point to feed back up into the brain where the appetite centers are to make you feel less hungry. And it doesn't kick in maximally for about 30 minutes. So take your time when you eat. The third thing is eat mindfully. You should be constantly aware of when you eat. In other words, mindless eating, especially in front of distracting influences like the TV, has truly been shown to lead to a much greater intake of calories. So please be aware always, anytime that you're eating. Be mindful. The fourth thing is to pre-plate anything. Studies show that if we can view all of our food before we eat it, we tend to eat less. And I'm talking pre-plating everything. Any snack, any dessert, of course, any meal. And it is especially high risk to eat directly out of packages and containers. So don't do that. The next thing we're on, I think this is number 5. I may have screwed my numbers up, but that doesn't matter, is to buy small packages of high-risk, high-calorie foods. Why? Because guess what? Studies show that the bigger the bag or the bigger the package, the more we tend to serve ourselves. So, you know, my weakness is potato chips. Dr. Ann loves potato chips. And when I buy them, I buy like miniature little containers because if I bought the big bags, like the ones you get at the wholesale grocers, I wouldn't be able to control myself, okay? So buy small packages of foods that are particularly high risk. Strategy number 6 is to downsize your dinnerware. This is really cool. Use small bowls or smaller bowls, smaller plates, even smaller utensils, smaller serving spoons, because again, we've done cool studies on this stuff. The studies show that the smaller your dinnerware, the less you tend to eat. And the other thing here is a full plate looks more appetizing and more satisfying than, you know, a plate, like if you eat in a big plate like this and you got a little puny piece of food in there, you just automatically feel like you're going to be starving and get gypped. So, you know, try to downsize your dinnerware. You can go to antique stores and get plates like they used to eat off of. You know, now we got them like this size. Well, they used to eat dinner off plates like that, okay? So get some of those. You can find them. Strategy number 7 is to keep your meals and snacks flavor simple. This is really cool. Flavor and different flavors, you know, salt, savory, sweet, bitter, sour. Individual flavors all can independently impact your appetite. And what that means is you want to try to keep your foods or your snacks with as simple a flavor profile as possible, which typically means avoid factory-made processed foods. Because guess what? The people that are making these foods know this science, and there's a reason why they love to put salt and sugar and as many flavors as they can into those foods because they know it drives eating behavior. And if you stick to nature's foods like, you know, a piece of fruit or a vegetable or some chicken or some fish or a piece of cheese, those are the foods that have the simplest flavor profile, and they happen to be, and this is good news, a double bonus, the foods that are really, really good for you, right? Number 8, minimize your exposure to a wide selection of food choices. we know, again, all this is based on science. Everything I do is based on science. We know that the greater the variety or selection of food choices available to you, the more that you're going to put on your plate. So you should be able to figure out that where would be places, restaurants or types of restaurants that would be particularly high risk. Of course, cafeterias, right? Buffet lines. I'm not telling you can't go there, but you need to be very careful and just recognize that the more you're exposed to food selection-wise, the more you're going to eat. Strategy number 9 is pretty basic. Guess what? Keep food out of sight. If it's not in your sight, you don't think about eating it, and even just looking at food is known to trigger appetite. So, it's really stupid to keep like a bowl of M&Ms like on your desk all day. So keep food out of sight, out of mind. And I hope those strategies will help you rein in your appetite. I know they do for you. And don't forget, maintaining a healthy body weight is, if you're not a smoker, the most powerful thing you can do to protect and guard your health. And you are the only one that can truly make you healthy. So take charge of your health. For icyou, this is Dr. Ann.